the great battle. In this week's parsha, we read about how Yaakov wrestled with a man. And the Medrash tells us this was no ordinary man. This was a wrestling match between Yaakov and the Malach of Esav. And when they're finished battling, Yaakov had defeated the Malach, and Yaakov says, "Please bless me." And the angel gives him the following blessing. He says, "Now your name will be called Yisrael." What does Yisrael mean? Yisrael means you're a fighter. Ki sarisa im halakim. You fought with Hashem, you fought with people, and you were successful. Yaakov was a fighter, and every single one of us is a fighter. And the truth is, this fight is not really the first mention of fighting we see in this parsha. In the beginning of the parsha, Yaakov is preparing to meet Esav, and there also he prepares for battle. He prepared a peace treaty as well, but just in case, he prepared a battle. We are fighters. We are the children of Yaakov, and we are fighters. Sometimes, like every midah, like every character trait, that could have its negative aspects, but it's also an incredible midah. It's an incredible attribute which we can use for incredible good. Our sages tell us that we have three relationships in this world. We have our relationship with Hashem, we have our relationship with other people, and we have our relationship with ourselves. And in this parsha, I think you see how Yaakov was able to battle all of them. Ki sarisa melokim. You were able to battle with Hashem. The challenges that Hashem put in front of Yaakov, he was able to overcome. Imha nashim. You battled with Esav. You were prepared to battle with Esav. You were prepared to take on Esav. But there's another battle that Yaakov himself mentions in the beginning of the parsha. When Yaakov is sending a message to Esav, he sends the following message. Im Lavan garti. I dwelled with Lavan. I was with Lavan. And the Medrash says, Im Lavan garti v'taryag mitzvot shamarti. That although I was with Lavan, and although I was challenged, I kept the taryag mitzvos. I battled myself. I battled my temptations. I battled against everything that inside me that told me, move away from the taryag mitzvos, move away from Hashem. In our lives as well, we constantly are coming across battles. We might come across battles with other people. We might have challenges from Hashem. But I think the greatest battle that we always need to focus on is the battle within ourselves. That little voice in ourselves that tells us, you can't do this. You're not a person who learns Torah. You're not a person who really cares about Shabbos. You're not a person who could overcome your attribute of anger, your negative attribute of anger. You're not a person who could overcome jealousy. You're not a person who could be a giving, kind person. That's not who you are. And we have to battle that. We have to say no. We are fighters. We're going to fight for what we believe in, and we're going to fight for who we are and who we can be. When someone tells us we can't do something, we don't just sit back and say, okay, you're right. We say, no, we're going to prove you wrong. We're right. We're battlers and we're fighters. And all the battles that come to us, of course, there's a time for peace as well. Yaakov prepared for peace, but he also prepared for battle. The battles which we come across in our lives, if there's a peaceful, productive way out, we have to take it. But if not, we have to be prepared to fight. Throughout our history, there are times where we had to fight physically. Thank God today we live in a place, we live in a country, we live in a society where perhaps that physical battle is not what it ever was. But that spiritual battle, that moral battle, that's what we have to fight. And when all those things threaten our lives, when all those things threaten our spirituality, including our own character, our own negative character traits, we have to look at our forefather Yaakov. We have to say, we're going to fight, we're going to defeat, and we're going to emerge victorious. We are fighters and we are winners. Have a great Shabbos.